There are so many Marvel characters that I'd love to see in Marvel Rivals, and part of the fun of it is kind of imagining what abilities and skills they may have that will fit into the current gameplay. And I think as a dev, that experience is going to be quite interesting. One of the coolest things I've seen online is concept art and designs for all of these characters. And today, I thought it would be fun to go through some of these to see what these characters could look like when they come into the game. This first one is a really interesting concept by artist Enrique Sanchez, and he made this and sent it to me via email, and I've got to say, the design is amazing. Not only did they create these characters from the ground up to make them fit into the Marvel Rivals style, but they've created character designs, icons for all the abilities. It's incredible. So let's take a closer look at Enrique's vision for Thanos and Gamora in Marvel Rivals. Interesting thing they've done here is pair them together as a single character. That's a very interesting, bold take, because we've got Cloak and Dagger. It's certainly possible, but in Marvel lore, Cloak and Dagger are always together. Gamora, being Thanos' adopted daughter, plays less of a role compared to Thanos, right? Everyone knows Thanos, and he's that big bad villain, and seeing them paired together is definitely going to be very, very interesting. So, it's a 5-star difficulty character. Thanos and Gamora know how to work together as father and daughter, with temper, aggressiveness, and cruelty. While Thanos can cause confusion and distress as a vanguard, Gamora finishes her enemies without compassion like the assassin she is. This is really interesting that they've decided to pair a vanguard and duelist together. I really would like to see what the abilities are here. So, we've got the attacks, the abilities, team up abilities that apply to both Thanos and Gamora. This is so well done. This looks like a real image in game. It's incredible work. I really must point this out. Look at all the custom iconography and everything that's like actually matches up with the Marvel Rivals style. This is really impressive. So you have Thanos and Gamora, and you can switch between them. Let's go through and see how they work. All right, let's start from the front, right? We'll start with the attacks. Swan and Proxima, which is a main attack, lands up to 4 slashes, targeting the enemy on the 3rd and 4th one and marking them on the last one. Interesting. And then we've got the main abilities. Fiercest Woman. Dash forward or smash the ground if in the air, was spinning up to 2 consecutive times. This ability leaves a mark on the enemy. The higher the altitude, the greater the damage. Interesting. Zen Wiberian Agility. Perform a double jump or a pushed wall jump almost perpendicular to the wall. This ability has 2 charges. Mobility there. And then backslash. Stand in a blocking state that absorbs all the damage received for a second and return 75% of it as a range slash that pierces and marks enemies. So they have this mark feature that I'm very interesting. And then the passive. Hitting marked enemies by Thanos causes a cosmic energy explosion on the enemy, dealing high damage. Interesting. So I think that you can mark an enemy with Thanos and then get an effect with Gamora here. And then you have the ultimate. Gamora swaps to Thanos, who quickly falls from a space beam, smashing the ground and dealing some damage and knockback. So that's the ultimate. Let's have a look at the team-up abilities, and then we'll take a look at the Thanos abilities. Mantis' Spore Slumber Ghost has increased health and spins around the enemy, while Emma Frost gains the ability to deal more damage to enemies if telepathic pulse passes through her mind's Aegis shield. Power Stone. Hulk and the Thing can throw parts of the scenery. Interesting. Reality Stone. Loki can create special rune stones to make every enemy in its area dizzy. A new status effect. Oh, okay. So actually the ultimate allows you to switch forms. Interesting. I think it could be quite cool if they made it so the ultimate was like Thanos, and Thanos has a bunch of really powerful abilities maybe. Let's have a look at Thanos' abilities. These both characters honestly could stand alone as their own separate characters. So very interested to see. But the design here is so cool. That Thanos, like, this is such a unique Thanos art design that really fits in to the Marvel rival style. Like, it's so good. Right, Cosmic Powers. Shoots a cosmic energy projectile that deals low damage and has a splash effect, marking every enemy within the splash area. Okay, interesting. And then you have Rock Wall. Pull up a piece of ground to use as a shield that functions like any other destructible piece of scenery. It can be nailed down on the ground. Oh, okay. Interesting. Endure mode. Toughen up the suit, which provides bonus health depending on the number of near enemies and marks, immunity to displacement effects, and damage reduction. Endure mode can be activated anytime. So you build up marks and then you activate it, and it gives you extra health based on how many marks you've built up. Okay. Wrath Punch. Charge up a punch and deal forward, marking every enemy around Thanos. Deal damage and knock back and mark the first enemy hit and any other behind. Okay, so this is quite similar to perhaps like the Thing's Punch. Wrath Punch destruction of the scenery, including rock wall, creates pellets that damage enemies. Wow, and that's going to combine with the rock wall ability. You can create a rock wall and then Wrath Punch it to deal damage. That's quite cool. Okay, family support. So they've got this passive where if one of the characters dies, the other one enters forcefully. I think that if they were going to do this for real, like pair two characters like this, they should be, the ultimate should be like a combined ultimate like Cloak and Dagger, and there should be some kind of passive effect or ability that allows them to transfer between characters, right? I think that could be a better way. And then Fear itself. Hitting marked enemies by Gamora inflicts a fear state that silences all their abilities for 2 seconds and gives Thanos bonus health for each enemy hit. And then we have a closer look at the design for both of these characters. I just have to point out how amazing this looks. And if you look at the actual ArtStation post, you can see how he designed this from scratch. And it is such an amazing, like really, really good work here. It's amazing. So if you need a concept character artist for any reason, then you know where to find one. Enrique's talent is incredible. I've got one more character design to look at now, another concept. Check this one out. This next one is by a user on Reddit called Accelerate. Now, this person has created a bunch of concepts, but this one really stood out to me, especially with all the Ironheart news recently. I wanted to have a look at these characters' abilities. I think it's so fun and interesting to see concepts of different characters from different people in the community. I'll put their link in the description as well if you want to see all of their different concepts. This one, they've created Ironheart as a 3-star difficulty strategist, and they are a flight character. So let's have a look. Repulsor Blast, fire nanopulse blast forward to damage enemies. This shares ammo with Latro Beam or Iatro Beam. Fire beam of healing that shares ammo with Repulsor Blast. So you have a healing beam and then a main Repulsor Blast attack, similar to Iron Man. And then they have a team up. Vibranium reactor with Black Panther and Iron Man. Black Panther allows Iron Man and Ironheart to utilize a portion of vibranium to improve their armors. For a brief time, their repulsor attacks will generate bonus health on hit. Interesting. And then let's take a closer look at the abilities. We've got Heartbreaker Blast. Fire an empowered repulsor blast to restore massive health that converts to bonus health. Enemies hit will receive less healing. So it's like a debuffer and a healing burst. Interesting. I feel like, you know, we've got so many healing strategists that have a big invulnerability ultimate. I wonder what other support ults that they could add that would still be viable, you know? Like, it almost feels like you're throwing by not taking a healing ult or an invulnerability ult for the team. But I would love to see them, the devs, get creative and try to create some kind of thing that gives different kind of powers. Maybe like movement or like teleporting or something like that. It could be valuable still, even if they don't have an invulnerability ult. Then you have left shift, cutting edge rush. Consume energy for a movement boost and forward flight. While flying, select an ally to dash to, transferring the movement boost. Yeah, I like this. I would like to see a such strategist that has some kind of movement-based bonuses for the team. That could be very fun. MIP pack. Launch major injury prevention armor in the form of missiles to grant healing over time and unstoppable to allies. Interesting. Overclock champion. Enhance Ironheart's armor to give her a damage boost and improve both repulsor burst and Iatro beam. So it's very falling in the same lines as Iron Man's kit in a lot of way. And then the passive, Wakandan Inspiration. Allies at low health receive more healing from Iatro Beam and MIP Pack. When using those abilities, Ironheart will also recover from low health. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, a support healer that flies could be very, very fun. A very agile opportunity for the Marvel Rivals devs to explore. And I think that would be nice to see. There was rumors that Ultron would be a flying hero, and then more rumors came out saying that he won't be. So I don't know, but I would personally, as an Iron Man man myself, Iron Man man? I am an Iron Man man. an Iron Man main, I would love to see a support flyer. I think that would be great. What do you think about this concept art? And if you'd like to see more, what characters would you like to see? Thanks to the people who created this art. And once again, Enrique, shout out to him. Amazing work. Links to all of his stuff is in the description. Cheerio.